love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running.
Welcome back to another question Q&A, parent Q&A for the topic of college baseball. My name is Walter Beede, aka Baseball Lifer. Make sure you're following me over at Twitter and TikTok, Baseball Lifer 11. The other thing I want you to do before we get started here, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscription. I want to make sure that this topic and these answers and questions are resonating with people wherever you may find your way to this video. So today's question comes in from the great state of Nike, Oregon. And the question is, why do college coaches overcommit student athletes? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should we be concerned? Well, it's a great question and something that is real. It does happen. And I'm going to share with you a little insight as to why. Now, the vast majority of college coaches are not inclined to over-recruit. As I've discussed in previous episodes and videos, college coaches now are taking a step back, slowing the processes down. They're really looking towards the portal first, the JUCO transfer second, post-grad third, and the high school athlete fourth. And the reason for that is simple. The game of baseball at the college level, regardless of the division or level, has become uber competitive and has become, to some degree, a developmental arm for Major League Baseball. College coaches are paid to win. Therefore, they have to put what they feel is the best team between the lines. Overcommitting. First, let's talk about why it's done. In the past, with the Major League Draft, we had 40 rounds and over 1,500 players, which would make up from both college and high school. And so college coaches, as a security mechanism, would over-recruit the high school student athlete as a hedge against potentially losing a high-caliber student athlete to the draft. That's not so much the case anymore with the reduction of the rounds in the draft from 40 to 20, number of players from approximately 1,500 to approximately 700, with approximately 450 to 500 of those student athletes now over the last 2 years, 21 and 22, having been college players that were drafted. And so the role of overcommitting in the past has also been a hedge against those younger players that didn't quite develop. And then coaches will see older players that develop late, and then they can manipulate that roster and not have a roster spot. But I want to make one thing really clear. Fall baseball. Understand, it is not like your high school travel fall season. Fall baseball is ultra. And when I mean ultra, it is competitive. When your feet hit campus as a student athlete, be ready to compete. Make sure your body is in peak physical condition to compete, because that is where roster spots are earned. I know roster spots this year on several teams within the SEC, ACC, Pac-12, Big 12, Big 10, 60 players, 50 players, all for 40 spots. This doesn't mean every single college program. We heard John McCormick say he only had, I think it was 38 players for 35 roster spots. The vast majority of colleges all across the country, JUCO, Division 1s, 2, and 3 at NCAA, not so much with NAIA, but they do. They will bring in more players, and they have roster spots, and they also open walk-on opportunities as well. So what does this mean? It means nothing in life is guaranteed as it relates to baseball. You have to earn your way each and every day. Just because you have a roster spot this year doesn't mean you'll have a roster spot next year if you're not working to compete and make yourself better, and at the same time make the team better. So I hope you enjoyed this particular segment as it comes to over-recruiting. If you have a question or you have a thought on anything we discussed here tonight, please feel free to leave it down below. It makes me know that you're engaged. I appreciate it a great deal. Should you have a question, please feel free to submit it down below. Hit the email in my YouTube address. You can send me a direct message on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, even old Facebook. So until next time, keep the questions coming. As long as you're asking, I'll be answering.